OKKO is finally premiered, and it's not disappointed the fans so far. Seriously, this show was great and turned out to not only be hilarious, but also have a lot of heart. Sadly, the show isn't getting the greatest treatment from the network, or from the fans apparently. We're about 20 episodes in, and although OKKO had a strong start ratings-wise, it's been steadily declining over the past few episodes. This is scary for a lot of reasons, but if we take a closer look, we may be able to find out the reason why this is happening. The show premiered with a viewership of 1.3 million viewers, which is pretty great, especially for a premiere. However, the latest episode only had 840,000 viewers. The premiere is actually the most viewed episode, the lowest episode being episode 12 with only 720,000 views. What's even worse is that the show hasn't hit more than 1 million viewers since episode 10. That's 11 episodes ago. And who knows if the views will spike up after this. Could this be the beginning of the end for OKKO? Well, I wouldn't go that far. This isn't the end yet. I mean, despite what the viewership looks like on the base level and on paper, the show still has a super large following. And it's getting more popular every day. So why is this even happening if the show is so popular? Obviously, the first thing to look for is Cartoon Network's schedule. Surprise, surprise, we're seeing a lot of Teen Titans Go here, but it looks a little more varied than usual. However, OKKO is barely on this. Throughout the whole week, the show was only airing 34 times. That's barely anything, guys, especially for a show that's just starting out. I mean, it looks like they're abandoning it from the start. And there's over 20 episodes at this point. There's plenty of opportunity for reruns here. The time they're airing it really isn't constant either. Anywhere from 7 in the morning to 6:45 at night. This inconsistency could be part of the problem. Remember when Cartoon Network aired all of their new episodes in one night? That way, kids who wanted to be able to keep up with the shows knew exactly when to tune in to watch the new episodes. It was just easier. And when a new show premiered, they threw the new episodes into the mix. That way, kids were shown the new show without having to do much to find it. Then, when they saw the show enough to start liking it, they would have other reasons to come back to the night the next week. They didn't have to look through a crowded schedule of air times to find when the episode would be airing. They knew exactly when it would be on, and that's why they would come and watch it at a steady, consistent pace. But now that everything's so spread apart, it's impossible to tell when the new episode of OKKO is gonna air. Besides, if you maybe watched Cartoon Network 24/7 and looked at the promos. Other than that, I can imagine a fan of the show who just has cable to be completely lost in keeping up with it. Personally, I think the old system of new premieres every week worked better, but that's not how it works anymore. On top of that, there's also the fact that most kids just don't watch television anymore. That's right, the television decline of viewership doesn't have to mean that no one is watching the show. If anything, it proves that people are definitely still watching the show, just not on television. I mean, think about it, if no one was watching it, how could it be this big at this point? Instead, most kids are probably tuning in on online platforms. YouTube, Dailymotion, and even Cartoon Network's own website have all the OKKO episodes, so it's not hard to find. I mean, it just makes sense that kids are tuning in this method if you think about it. What if a kid misses when the show premiered on actual television? They'll just go to CartoonNetwork.com and watch it. I mean, that's what I did. On top of that, someone who is just now getting into the show will just binge it all online. It's all just easier. I mean, kids are usually online anyways, and they're more likely to be watching YouTube now than they are to be watching television. This is just the way that media is being consumed now, and Cartoon Network's just gonna have to adjust to that. So is OKKO dying? No way. I think what we're seeing here is a physical representation of both bad scheduling and a shift from kids watching television to watching things online. Sure, it may seem terrifying on paper, but if you really look at the issue here, it's actually a lot of different factors, and it's not as bad as it seems. And who knows, maybe the views will pick up over time on cable. The only thing we have to worry about is some CN exec who's out of touch and doesn't understand things that will just cancel the show after looking at the decline of viewership. But that's pretty unlikely. I mean, by now most people understand how this works. What do you guys think, though? Is OKKO gonna be okay? Is this just a little bump on its path to being the most watched show of all time? Okay, that one might be a little bit drastic, but either way, let me know down in the comments below. I'm Retronemo for the Roundtable, signing off.
This video has been powered by Patreon. If you want to give us some more support, head to patreon.com/roundtablevids, become a patron, and get some awesome perks. Thanks for watching another video on the Roundtable. If you want to get more involved with our community and watch videos from Let's Talk with Tom, Voxbox, and more, click the video right here. Or if you want to get some more of the animation goodness, watch some Crystal Clear or Meeting Monday, click the video right here. And please, don't forget to subscribe.